We got one coming in from Terrace.
Oh, cool. The city survived. Hey, I did it.
Der Castile Superb Bastille.
I like
I'm pulling from the archives a bit, but Pat's Family Pie story had me heated.
Oh, man.
Thinking about it, for the record, I'm in a camp slicing it 6 ways so that you can satisfy the OCD and keep the distribution even.
Mom just wanted the 4th piece, dude.
I, anyway, have my own food-based argument. Boyfriend and I disagree about the pancakes and waffles,
All right.
whether or not they are dessert. I wholly am convinced that they are, and he cannot be swayed. We have reached a tenuous peace on the grounds that specific toppings make them desserts, like chocolate chips and whipped cream. I hold their desserts even when served with maple syrup.
You're fucking nuts.
Please help us settle once and for all. Thanks for the content and entertaining this most serious nonsense.
Pancake by itself ain't a fucking dessert, but you go to a breakfast place and they throw fucking chocolate chips and fucking whipped cream on that shit. You're fucking kidding yourself. That's not a dessert in the morning.
Taris, you need to wake the fuck up and recognize that a pancake is absolutely breakfast, and you're wildly insane if you think otherwise.
Like, you go have a crepe that's like, it's got raspberry filling and the whipped cream and a fucking chocolatey... It's like, okay, that's a candy.
A waffle is also breakfast.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you make it a dessert waffle with the chocolate and the whipped cream with the cherry on it...
You've made it a dessert waffle, thus denoting the dessert adjective as the modifier to the breakfast waffle.
That is by default a breakfast food. Grow the fuck up.
You're full of shit. Both of you. You're both full of shit.
Next. Nico says, hey guys, how come you don't like Yukari? She's cute, has fun moments, and is developed as a character. You just mad because she dunks on Junpei? Let's keep this one really, really short. I hate the fact that the game forces you to make out with her and forces her to be a fake-like relationship, despite the fact that you are clearly interested in other people in your choices.
Yeah.
I don't like games where they force you to have a love interest that might not be your love interest.
All right.
I think that shit's bullshit. Mm-hmm. In addition to that, I don't like the things she says or her as a person.
All right.
The end.
I'll shorten that for you. My dad! My dad is dead and I hate him so much! That's why we don't like Yukari.
P.S.
And Yumi.
P.S. The answer.
Oh.
You want the Yukari show? You got it. What's the point of making relationships?
I don't know, man. It's a human thing.
If you're gonna then pick one to be the one that matters the most, that you're gonna shove down the player's throat, even if they don't want it at all in any way, shape, or form.
I don't fucking know.
I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey had a similar problem.
Yeah, sure. Assassin's Creed Odyssey had it the worst ever.
Yeah, I heard. Gotta get that baby, though.
Gotta get that baby, no matter what you're doing
Gotta
on the
get
side.
that
Gotta get that
baby.
baby.
You gotta get the baby.
Listen, honey, I know you weird shit. Whatever. You got the family line.
Yes, go out there, be an assassin, sow your royal oats, do your thing, but it's all just a phase, because at the end of the day, gotta get that baby.
Gotta get some grandkids in here.
Come on now. Who we kidding? See all that empty space down there? That's space where a baby could be. I heard about that. That shit was wild.
People are fucking pissed.
That shit was wild.
They were right to be fucking pissed.
Could you imagine playing your whole story being like
exclusively gay?
Nah,
just 100%.
Not interested. And like every once in a while, like a dick comes from the side of the screen, and you're just like, no. And then another one comes in like Luca, like no, just swatting it away. No, thank you.
Gross.
And then one is like, nah, but this one has a baby though.
I could get pregnant from that one. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's Rikes. Yikes. So anyway, and I want to say there's another game I played where I really got upset at being forced together, where the game was trying to do this, but I don't remember.
It was Beyond Two Souls.
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much.
I know, because me and Paige played through it a couple months ago, and she was having the similar, like, what? No! Like, just can't. Just like, God, that dude's a scumbag. He's so gross.
Can we get a no Luca no, except it's your womb? Yikes. Oh,
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
the little womb hand comes out and bats it away.
No.
No. The defense bees are asleep.
Terrible.
That's that, you know what? That's not for you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the defense bees.
Inferring, and yeah, no, I probably get it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The uterus has defense bees.
Yeah, exactly. That's
There it
that's
is.
100%.
Yeah, they defend.
1000% what I
Yeah.
thought was happening there.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to get the honey to bait them out,
Wait, what? How?
or flowers rather. Do flowers bait them out? Is that why we? Is that why flowers are
You're
romantic?
expecting a fucking... Yeah, you know what? Woolie's right. The flowers lull the bees into a sense of calmness.
And they vacate.
They vacate
the hive
temporarily,
and leaving
Yes.
it open,
leaving it unprotected.
and vulnerable. See, you thought it wasn't for me,
Oh
and I just took that shit and 2.0'd it.
no! Oh, I hate it. Oh, this is bad. This is a bad thought to do.
Dear Basil Cooper ceased.
These are terrible.
Everyone seems to. I mean, a lot of people have the same thought, where if they mix the letters around.
Yeah, you Mad Libs that.
You were talking the other week about gamer marketed accessories,
Sure
and I was
was.
thinking about rebranding the rebranding of Mountain Dew Game Fuel. In the States, Game Fuel was once sold in the fall season as 2 flavors, citrus cherry and something else, and a different game would be on the can each year, mainly stuff like Forza COD, Halo, etc. Early this year, they rebranded it to be an energy drink, but friends, this is an energy drink for gamers. The drink apparently has ingredients shown to improve accuracy and alertness, and even has, I shit you not, a tactile grip, which is
Oh
just
my God.
texturing on the sides, resealable tech, i.e. a weird sliding tab that keeps it from spilling, which is actually nice. But
Yeah, that was nice.
the new Gamer Fuel also has a fucking atrocious ad, which I have linked down here, but I'll go ahead and spoil that the titles of these ads are Win Sauce and Loser Tears. It also has a ridiculous amount of sugar, of course, so for your sake, please stay away. So, yeah, I didn't have to hear about this existence to already know that it existed, because Gamer Fuel is a thing.
So many people have been asking me about the cube, including people I never would have expected. People want cubes, and they want gamer cubes. No, it's actually they want cubes, and they are kind of grossed out that it's a gamer cube. But yeah,
Well, what about drinking Gamer Fuel in your Gamer Cube?
Red Bull's my gamer fuel of choice.
Does it have tactile grip?
Nah, but I got tiny hands. It works.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
I don't like character action. The reason might shock you.
All right. I'm ready to be surprised.
Hello there, one and a half man, Thiago here. Clickbait title aside, I wanted to bring up an issue I have with character action games. The problem is that the category in itself and not the games in it. I, for one, love all the DMC, MGR, and Bayos in the world, but at the end of the day, they're just good action games with good combat engines. My main source is the issue of the title character action. All it does is let action games be subpar action, like New God of War, Bamhams, what have you. What's Bamhams? I don't know what Bamhams is. Get away.
I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Lets you get away with it because they aren't character action. Every time I bring this up, I'm usually met with, well, try harder difficulties because normal combat is brainless, which I don't think is a good point.
Oh, Batman. He's talking about Batman.
Oh, okay. I don't think this is a good point. When all these have already have harder difficulties, the point is moot in my book. What do you think?
He describes God of War as an action game and not an whatever. God of War is an action adventure. It places a significant degree of its gameplay loop and experience
On the adventure part.
adventuring, as in level traversal, occasional puzzles, etc. The reason why character action games are labeled character action games is because their design is almost entirely laser focused on your character, what they can do, what happens to them, etc. The character action definition is like basically how long is your character's move list? Is it like 50% of the game's total mechanics are things that you can do with the press of a button? That's a character action game. If it's like, I don't know, a side-scrolling beat-em-up in which the distinction is you have a limited moveset and the enemies have their own limited movesets, that's a beat-em-up. There's a reason for that. That's why the original God of War games could be technically classified under character action adventure. But the new God of War is absolutely, explicitly action adventure.
Okay, so you let them off the hook when they're hybrid adventure games.
What do you mean let them off the hook?
Like if you're playing a game, like if you're playing like Zelda, not Zelda, but if you're playing a game where you've got a jump button and an attack button and maybe like another attack button, but for the most part, you're looking at I'm thinking of like, you know, like let's say PS2, PS1, like Medieval or something where you're just you're just platforming and sorting enemies, and it's just a normal video game.
I call Medieval like a platform, honestly.
Platformer,
like
yeah.
It's weird. That game's weird.
I'm trying to find the perfect like thing where the platforming is a part of it, but not most of it. But it's just you just kind of beat shit up, and you know, like I'm trying to find an example, right, of like a forgettable action game.
A task that is obviously hard because they're forgettable.
But not one where you have guns, because that just turns it into a shooter.
What about Fighting Force or fucking MK Special Forces?
Right,
or...
so beat 'em ups, you know.
Oh yeah.
But effectively,
action is too broad.
Kingdom Hearts 1.
That's an RPG.
Kingdom Hearts has RPG elements to it. Remember Me.
I don't know.
Remember Me.
Nothing is an action game anymore.
Yeah, Remember Me is definitely that one where like I would have called it a beat 'em up, except that like it came out way later and has things that, yeah, Remember Me, I guess, is one of those bits. It could be that. Could be something like that. That's a good pick. But the point remains, you know, he's kind of saying effectively that like character action games are actually just really good action games.
Yeah, the problem is the genres in video games suck ass. That's the real problem. Because in film and literature and every other thing, your genre is decided by your tone.
The other problem is
not where the camera is,
or how arbitrary it is whether you've pinned slash to the button press or to selecting the slash attack.
It's you know,
or whether time stops between actions.
Like
or it doesn't.
Games are the only ones in which genre is devoted to like a mechanical
technical
thing.
mechanical
yeah,
thing.
It's like the way people classify cars, but cars don't have tones. It's a fucking car.
Is every game where you control a car a racing game?
No.
Rocket League exists.
Yeah. Is Burnout even a racing game?
Not certain modes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting argument.
I think getting all butthurt over genres in games is a fool's errand because they're terrible.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say. I'm not too sure about this one. I'd have to look at a bunch of examples in front of me and think about it a little bit.
You want to know how bad game genres are? What's an RPG?
A role-playing game.
Yeah?
You play a role in every game you play.
Is Breath of the Wild an RPG? Get ready for that argument to go forever, and I'm not even willing to have it anymore.
I remember when Tips and Tricks classified Ocarina of Time as an action-adventure game.
Yeah.
And that, to me, has been what Zelda is forever, because that's what I read in Tips and Tricks one time. If you see damage numbers, does that make a difference?
Yeah. See damage numbers in Monster Hunter.
You see him in Battle Fantasia.
Wait, fucking seriously?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, they put him in because they thought girls would like it more.
Girls do like numbers.
Like, director of the game specifically said we put numbers on display because it would look like an RPG.
I spoke to a girl once, and she told me she liked numbers.
Fantastic. There you go. He was right.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah, man. I don't know. Let's take one here from Ground Awesome says, arcade story. A few years ago, I went to an arcade for the first time in nearly 20 years. There's never one near me. I played a few rounds of Street Fighter 3, got my ass handed to me by the computer. Wandered off and played some other games. Later, I saw a guy playing against the CPU. He was 4 to 5 rounds deep in the arcade, more than I ever got. And the most recent round, he got a perfect against the CPU of my main, who was Remy, even though I don't want to call him a main because I suck, so it's a huge stretch.
Fair enough.
I wanted to try playing against the human, so I came up and I said, hey, do you mind if I play? It really sucks. You probably beat me, no problem. He agreed, and then I started beating him. I felt bad because I just said how I was so bad, so I ended up throwing the match. You guys seem more competitive, but I wonder if something like this has ever happened to you guys. Love, thanks. No, I don't relate to that at all.
I remember in the past playing with friends and not doing it out of a moral obligation or anything like that, but like they seem to be getting discouraged. Maybe I'm gonna ease off a bit. Stop doing that real quick because boy, nothing gets people more pissed than being like fucking pity fucked with in a game.
You know what?
Everyone's done it. Don't tell me you haven't done that.
Yeah, you just reminded me of a nice big one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You see, every Friday... no, we're not doing that.
It was DBZ, was that match, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah,
It's not that.
Yeah, you fucking...
No, but
shit.
I remember when we would play certain games,
Yeah.
and like we'd play like Marvel or something,
So, dude,
and it was
Marvel
just like
no one had a fucking chance.
and I was like, yeah, this is the game I've been fucking trying to enter tournaments for and playing,
yeah,
and
like
whatever.
this is a fucking joke.
Just gonna what do you want me what do you want me to say, right? Whatever, right?
Of course you got to take it easy. Like one step easier.
And it didn't change the results much, but
No,
regardless,
just drop the combo once in a while.
But but the amount of folks, and this was back in the this was around early Machinima days too.
Yeah.
So this was people kind
This
of
was way
like
back, yeah.
still kind of getting to know or know who I am or whatever. This was this was the era of I hate that Woolie tries to take control of the podcast so much. He should just sit back and enjoy the ride. It's not his show.
It is your show.
It's that era.
It's okay.
Right?
It's always been your show.
And so, there was a really, really, really large collection of, like surprising amounts of shit and anger from me just playing to win in those situations. And
So-
they enjoyed watching the video less as a result.
I wonder how much of that is any lingering personal dislike for you from whatever, and how much of that is just simply I don't like it when people play to win against me because
Well,
then I lose.
I think it's because it's like, oh, I might have reminded them of the guy that in college would always just crush everybody and make it not fun to play Smash or something. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that's what it is. But
And he
either way,
smelled, too.
it was very, very, very venomous, more so than usual.
Did you see?
And it was something that I never really talked about this much, but I'll bring it up here because whatever, it was back then. But this type of thing would happen, and like so, and it particularly some people would latch on to the whole Woolie picks bosses joke and go really, really extreme with it to the point where like some of it landed on scrub quotes because of how angry some people were about some fisticuffs episodes and stuff. So
I'm going to scrub quotes right now, actually.
I mean, it was way back when, but it kind of got wacky, right?
I've been on scrub quotes.
Yeah,
Plague's been
on scrub quotes. Yeah,
Like.
So, I guess what I'm trying to say is that there came a certain point where I was like, well, I think the thing to do is to not necessarily pick your main, just random select, fly around the roster, talk while you're playing. Don't pay too much attention to
Yeah.
the results, and just hit those buttons and do your thing. Which I pretty much did for every episode afterwards.
Yeah.
Because
And then if we ever ran into
I'm not gonna lie, I felt really bad taking all that heat in.
Yeah.
Because I care a lot about fighting games.
Yeah.
So I decided to just random select and don't care and just talk and who cares, whatever. Oh, good job. And just
that shows
don't.
the ultimate bigness.
And that was every FNF after.
Yeah.
For the rest of the entire franchise.
I saw
As a result.
on
So there you
Scrub
go.
Quotes a little while
That's a truth.
ago.
That's a truth.
This lady wrote in no, she didn't write in. She told a story, I think, on her Instagram. And Scrub Quotes picked it up. And that's a bit odd to grab an Instagram or a Tumblr story. But it was her describing her breakup with her boyfriend. And that her boyfriend and her loved to play games. And her boyfriend liked to play fighting games and liked to play Call of Duty, that kind of thing. And
Tetris!
And every now and then,
Yes!
they'd play together, and he just absolutely wiped the floor with her. And it was like, it's a good sport. You got me. It's fun. But then Tetris rolls around.
Yes!
And unknown to her boyfriend, like many women, this woman is a pocket champion. Just hiding those fucking dank Tetris skills.
Block Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play a couple games of Tetris in which she just wipes the floor with them.
Yeah.
At which point she thinks they're having fun, but then he gets quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And quiet. And then mad. And then she goes, oh, hey, good games. He goes, whatever. I don't want to play a game against somebody who's always going to win. She goes, oh, okay. He's throwing a tantrum. She goes home. She goes out. I think she turns her phone off. Turns it back on to get messages going, where are you? Why aren't you answering my text? What are you, practicing Tetris so that you'll never lose again?
Yep.
And she goes, and then in comes the text after text after text after text after text.
And he went back to playing other shit on the
Yeah.
other side of the house. I remember she mentioned.
At which point she goes, you know what? Fuck this, I'm out. And breaks up with him.
Fantastic.
And just like, some people just can't lose. They will not allow themselves to lose.
And here's the thing, right? That if you're willing to react that way to the person you're in a relationship with,
How are you going to react to some random person?
of course you're fucking cutting that cord. Of course you're pulling that Ethernet cable out. Of course you're telling them to go fuck themselves and writing a message afterwards.
You're flipping that Yu-Gi-Oh table.
You're yelling at your fucking girl over her crushing you in Tetris. What chance did you have against a rando that was actually better than you?
This,
Ego, hubris, all of it.
you beat me at Pokemon. I'm gonna poop in my hand and throw it at you.
God, fragile little boy. What a fucking tot. You know? Amazing. I love that tweet so much. It
It's
was
unbelievable.
Great. It was great.
It's a reminder that every now and then you think someone's being facetious, you think somebody's hyperbolic, but yes, people like this do exist.
But also,
They are real.
Yeah. Yeah. And also hand in hand, there's a lot of unexpected gods in Tetris out there.
Oh, they're everywhere. You'll never know.
There's a lot of people that got that Game Boy and never played anything else, and you need to fucking just accept it. You know? Because that original is like the hardest one.
Yeah, because it's bullshit.
Well, that's not true, because the Grandmaster and the crazy shit that
If
came...
my sister had kept
you know,
playing games...
Terror Instinct and all that nonsense.
If my sister had kept playing games, she fell off, like, when she was in her early teens. But had she kept going with it, she'd probably be wiping the floor with you in Tetris.
I believe
Because she
it.
was fiending all over that shit.
I
And
believe
she's
it.
like a genius or some shit.
I mean, I lived and breathed it while, for a while, but then I stopped.
Yeah.
Anyone that didn't automatically,
Ascends to God's
that's
status.
the end of that, you know? Yeah, that's a fun story. So, there you go. And let's take one last one here from... well, if you don't leave a name, I'm not going to read out your email, so...
From some nameless fool.
Their baby jokes are always funny, crew.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
Longtime fan. Since the release of Dead Space 2 on Machinima. Love you guys. Wife and I have been having a disagreement about the song Weight of the World.
All right. Careful reading this.
Near Automata since its release. I love the song so much that sometimes I sing it to myself with the game in mind and my eyes tear up a bit.
Okay.
My wife hates it, even though we both fairly fall into the same geek category and most of the time share the same music taste. It does burn me a little because of how much I love the song. And her. So my question is... Dumper, no. My question is...
Divorce is always on the table.
What is something you love but your significant other has the opposite feelings about, and how did you go about it? So I have 2 recent ones that come to mind here. And it's hilarious because you know Steph.
I do?
Right? The moment anything is even slightly, like, disagreeable in some way, she's just like, oh, well, it's not for me.
She's a very pleasant person.
And so I own 2 articles of clothing in particular. One of them is I have a bunch of suits and shit.
Yeah.
And to go with some of those suits, because for a while I didn't have any church shoes, because, you know, fuck that. But now that I've got my suits again, I want shoes to match, because can't really rock Evangelion Swiss, you know. You can, and I did. But I eventually wanted to have something else. So I got a pair of dress shoes that are suede.
Yeah.
And they're like single cut, you know, piece. And I think they look pretty nice. They're pretty cool. And for the most part, others have agreed that, like, yeah, those are cool. And every time I put them on, she's like, oh, okay, you know.
Oh, yeah?
And a little bit, you know. And I was like, eventually I was like, you have a problem with these shoes? She's like, what? No. I'm like, do you like these shoes? And she's like, well, they're different.
Oh.
I'm like, hold up. Scratch that. Stop.
They're fine. They're fine.
You know? And I'm like, I think they're different, you know? And I'm like, they're different from good? And she just, I had to
drag it.
Squeeze it out like an orange, just fucking pulp it, you know? And I couldn't get it until, like, later on that evening when someone else went, oh yeah, hey, the cool shoes. And cool shoes. I was like, can you say that again a little bit louder for the people in the back? And I grabbed her over, you know? And I was just like, say it. And she's like, no. I'm like, say it. It's like, I don't want to. And it just won't do it, you know? And then it happened again because I got me a pair of, like, red jeans that are kind of like Iori-ish.
Sure.
And I think they're pretty cool. Mine is still, they don't have the little fucking strap thing, but they're cool, just red jeans to go with certain shirts that I have that would work with that color combination.
Sure.
And I got the same face again. And I was just like, you don't fucking like me wearing these jeans, do you? You know? It's like, I think they're a different style, and I think that's fine. It doesn't matter what I think. And I'm like, no, say it. Say you hate the jeans. He's like, I don't hate the jeans. I'm like, what the fuck? Can't get it out there. But yes, certain articles of clothing, I will occasionally get a weird look or noise. And then as soon as I notice it, it becomes like the back down game. And I'm just like, I want to hear the truth. Give me the fucking truth. And I can't get it. So yeah, that's the closest I can think of.
So to answer your question, if me and my significant other ever disagree strongly on any particular point and how we deal with it, I would point you to twitch.tv/angriestpet and or twitch.tv/peachsaliva.
And click on any one of those videos.
Click on literally any video ever. Here's how it goes. Woman, are you drinking mustard out of the bottle like some kind of fucking freakazoid salt-obsessed Neanderthal? And she goes, yeah, fuck you, bitch. What are you going to do about it? Fight me, bitch. And I go, I should fucking fight you. And she'll go, yeah. And then I go, yeah. And then we pet our cat.
I'm a big fan of throwing out every once in a while if it's contextually accurate.
Yeah.
Act like you've been around people.
The problem is we've been around our people. Our people is like this.
There you go.
Pat, why are you like this? Why do you gotta sleep in the bed like a fucking crazy person? Because I like the envelope, woman. The envelope keeps you safe. Why you gotta move the covers around? You're fucking crazy. Just sit in the same place and sleep like a fucking vampire, like a normal person. What? A normal person sleeps like a vampire with their elbows to their sides, clasp over their chest like a fucking crazy guy? You know, it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a lot faster than your method. You need the speed.
And I want to throw a little PS in there and say, did she watch you play Nier?
She was there for about half of it.
No. I'm talking to the person who wrote the letter in.
Oh, yeah.
Because is it possible that, like, not giving a fuck is based on not getting the context? Because that might be part of it. But either way, it's beautiful. But yeah.
So yeah, these are the two ways you could deal with this.
The hard way and the brutal way.
I would highly suggest Woolie's Manor. It takes a certain personality type to do it my way.
Takes some stamina. You gotta pump that stam.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Or endurance. I don't know which one.
Whatever, man.
Okay.
It's a sex joke.
Not where I was going. I meant mental wherewithal.
Yeah,
To enter your home.
that's what I'm talking
The
about.
the place of peace that you're supposed to
You know what
use.
the
The place
of peace!
The place of peace where you're supposed to rest and bring all of your chakras back to the center
Go fuck yourself. Oh my god.
to enter the home.
Holy shit.
And instead of hearing the Flutter theme or the fucking save room theme,
oh my god.
you hear the boss encounter music.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah, that takes
Invigorating.
that takes a certain kind of build.
Yeah, it does.
Takes a certain kind of build.
Relationships don't need an easy mode, man. Come on.
It's not what I'm saying. I have save rooms. They're far and few in between.
Oh man.
But when I enter those doors, I need that music playing. I really, really need it.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for the fallout from this conversation.
What's going down? I mean, it's happening live. She's in the chat.
Yeah, she's in the chat. She's like on the block.
Fuck.
She's like 150 feet away from us right now.
Okay, well.
I'm gonna walk out. I texted her, by the way. I'm like, by the way, I'm talking mad shit about you.
I'm surprised I didn't hear them boots.
Oh, those I haven't seen those in a while. I think they got thrown out.
She coming. All right. Let's wrap.
Oh, I love that woman so much.
Let's wrap it up so you can go deal with that shit.
Oh, couldn't be happier.
Yeah. I'll take the construction noises from this morning.
Oh, fuck yourself. What, you can't handle a little conflict?
Saw.
Oh.
All right. Let's anything. Yeah, whatever. Let's just call it there.
Oh, yeah, the podcast is over.